Hi Warren, are you excited for your first viola lesson?
I sure am.
Alright, well, at the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to name and know what the functions are of the bow and the viola. You'll be able to demonstrate the sitting and standing positions while playing. You'll be able to correctly hold the bow. You'll be introduced to the alto clef and how to read it. You will be able to name and play pizzicato on the open strings, and you'll be able to do up and down bow on open strings and with your first finger down.
Okay.
Alright, so before we can take out our violas, we are going to name our fingers. Alright, so hold up your left hand. Alright, so tuck your thumb away. So when we're playing viola, we use our four fingers.
Okay.
So our pointer is first finger, our middle is second finger, our ring finger is third, and our pinky is 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
Got it.
so we're going to hold it kind of like that.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Really easy. Okay. So now, really fast lesson, how to read music. So here, viola plays in what?
Alto clef.
Alto clef, great. So, viola is one of the only instruments, one of the few, that plays in alto clef. So you'll be very special.
Okay.
So, you can see on a music staff there are lines and spaces, and that's to help you read music. And in alto clef, the lines are F, A, C, E, and G. And the spaces are E, G, B, D, F, and A. And it's going from lower pitch to higher pitch. So, what notes are on the lines in alto clef? You can look if you need to.
I noticed they spell face,
Right.
F-A-C-E,
And
and then G.
right, okay.
And then the next, for the spaces, it goes E-GAD, F-A, or did I read that right? Yeah, E, oh, it's a B, okay. E, G, B, D, F-A.
Alright, good. Alright, so that's a good start. So now, you see that we have our cases on the floor.
Yes.
You got to make sure that it's facing the right side up. So here it'll say viola, and you have to make sure it's facing that way so you don't damage it. And another way to check is that the latches are face down. So let's open up our cases. Alright, open it up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn the parts of the bow. So you can grab your bow,
Okay.
grab it at the end like this. Make sure you don't touch the hair.
Oh, sorry.
It is horsehair, and horsehair does not like our oil. Alright, so you can.
I don't know if I'm holding it right.
Alright, so what we'll do, we'll go over it. So this long part right here,
Okay.
that's the stick.
Stick.
Yep,
Okay.
makes sense. Alright, and then the end of it, up here, the pointy, that's the tip. So the tip of the bow, and then the opposite of that, it's called the frog, because, you know, there's the eye of the frog.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright.
And this part right here is called the winding. It's where your fingers, one of your fingers will eventually go. And here is the adjusting screw.
Okay.
So what that does, you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty, adjusts how the bow is, if it's tight or loose.
Okay.
And when you're playing, you want it to be tight
Okay.
for the strings to vibrate from the hairs. And then there's this thing called the ferrule, which is right here. That just attaches the strings onto the frog.
Okay.
Alright? So now, let's put our bows back away. Very carefully. Alright, and now I'm going to grab my viola. You can keep yours in the case for now.
Okay.
Alright, so what does this remind you of?
It looks like the bass clef.
Okay, good. This is called the scroll because, you know, you have scrolls, like old school scrolls.
Okay.
Alright, so those are the scrolls. And, you know, it kind of looks like that, so it makes sense. Now, these are the pegs, the tuning pegs. Now what these are done for is tuning, to make the instrument sound pretty.
Similar to a guitar?
Yeah, similar to a guitar. And this contraption here is the peg box where the pegs are attached and the strings are around the pegs. And here is the nut that keeps all the strings in place, and the fingerboard where you're going to put your left hand with your fingers to change pitch by putting down what fingers or not. And this is the neck. It's where your hand will kind of partially go. And there's the upper bout, which you can think of the viola's shoulders. And then there's the C hole, because it looks like a C. And then there's the F hole, which is the actual hole that goes inside the body of the viola, and this whole thing right here is the body. Alright, now there's the bridge right here.
Okay.
And that's going from, the fine tuners right here, and this is how you would usually tune your viola, just to barely change it if it's really close to in tune, but it's not. Alright, and then there's the tailpiece where the fine tuners are attached, chin rest, it's where your chin goes. And then you have the end button, which is, connected to the tailpiece. And there's one final part. There is the sound post, which you can see is inside the F hole.
Okay.
So now I'm going to point to a certain part of the viola, and I want you to try your best to figure out what it is.
Okay.
Alright, so
The bridge?
Bridge, good. And what are these?
Fine tuners?
Yes. And what is this?
The scroll?
Alright, and what are the strings held in place with?
That's the one I couldn't remember.
It's something that squirrels eat a lot.
Oh, the nut?
Yep. the
Okay.
nut. Alright, and what is this part here?
The C hole?
Good. Alright, now I'm going to pick up my bow again, and I'm going to test you on parts of the bow.
Okay.
So what is this long part of the bow right here?
The stick?
Good. And what's at the top?
The tip?
Good. And what animal is on your bow?
The frog?
Good. And what is this?
Oh, I can't remember this one either.
It starts with an A. It's 2 words. It's at the tip of your tongue, I know it.
I can't remember.
It's an adjusting screw.
Adjusting
And-
screw,
Okay,
okay.
and what does it do?
It tightens the hairs on the bottom of the bow.
Good. So, and what are these?
The horsehair.
Yep. Excuse me. Alright, now we will pick up just our viola.
Okay.
So grab it by the neck, and we will hold it. Right now you can kind of just hold it like a guitar.
Okay.
So hold it like this. Alright, so sitting position. You want your feet flat out in front of you, squarely on.
Might as
flat
well
on
move the
ground.
case, yeah.
Move the case for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, square flat on the ground.
Yep, flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. And now, grab with your left hand. You'll
Okay.
have a little cork part on your
Oh,
viola.
okay, yep.
Put your thumb there.
Yep.
Okay. Now, curl your fingers around
Okay.
and make sure they're not touching. Your fingers aren't touching the neck part of it.
Okay.
All right. Now, put the chin rest. Put your chin on the chin rest, and you want to put your elbow in.
Put my elbow. Okay.
So put it like underneath the viola. They'll help with stability. Alright. So does that really feel comfortable?
Not entirely.
Alright, that means you're doing it right. Alright, so now this is how you're gonna play when you're sitting down.
Okay.
And playing when you're standing up is really easy. Just stand up, and you want to put one of your feet out, usually your left foot.
Okay.
Just put it a little bit at an angle so you have a little bit more stability. Keep it, shoulder width apart, and now you can pretend like you're bowing.
Okay.
All right. So let's go sit back down. All right. Now I'll give you back your case, and we will put Viola away one final time. All right.
Oh, okay.
Let's grab one of the pencils, and what I want you to do is to hold it with your left hand.
Oh, okay. Left hand.
And have your right fingers just draped over it.
Okay.
Okay. So now what I want you to do is put your pinky on top, like where the metal part is.
Okay.
Keep your pinky on top. Now move your thumb to touch your middle finger underneath.
Okay.
All right. And now I want you to move your pointer finger, stretch it out a little bit farther,
Okay.
and let go with your other hand. So keep your right hand on,
Oh,
and let
okay.
go with your left hand now. And this is how, make sure these two fingers are draped down.
Okay, so
So here's a good model. My fingers.
pinky on the eraser, thumb and middle finger.
Okay.
Think-
All right. So now let's go through that again. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So grab the pencil with your left hand.
Yeah.
Have your fingers draped over. Put your pinky on the middle part. Put your thumb underneath, touching your middle finger.
Yeah.
Alright, now make sure these two fingers are still down, and put your pointer finger, stretch it out a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, and then let go with the other hand. Alright, good. Now, alright, relax just for a second. Alright, now I want you to show me how you will do the bow hold on the pencil.
Okay. So, oh, other way. There we go. Okay, so fingers over the pencil, pinky on the metal part of the eraser, the middle finger and thumb come together.
Yeah.
Then the ring finger stays draped over, and then the pointer finger comes stretched out.
Good. All right. So now we get to do bow hold on the bow. So let's grab your bow, and we can hold the bow like how we did with our pencil,
Okay.
with 2 hands. All right. Now move your right hand,
Okay.
have it draped over, close to the frog.
Okay.
Now put your pinky directly over where, like,
The frog.
the eye of the frog is.
Okay. Mine. This one doesn't have one, but I'm pretty sure it's close to the center.
Yeah.
So-
Put it towards the center. Now, see how there's this little, space right here by
Yep.
the frog? I want you to put your thumb there.
Okay.
All right. Now have your middle and ring finger down on the frog,
Okay.
and put your pointer finger to the winding.
Okay.
Sorry. And now, let go with the other hand. You can tell that, it's kind of wobbly at first. You have to make sure you really use your pinky for balance and keep it on top as much as you can.
Yep. That's definitely a challenge for me.
Yeah. So, try to get your
Thumb's
thumb.
in there.
See here, try to get your thumb
Yep.
in there. Okay. Now put your pinky on top. Right. Try to make it as flat. So curve your fingers a little bit and try to make it flat with the tip of your pinky
Okay.
on there. Drape your other fingers and stretch out your pointer finger. Just move the bow. Yep, right there. Now maybe you need to move your wrist a little bit so that your pinky can be more on top.
Okay.
Alright, it's a good start. Alright, so now let's put our bows down
Okay.
one last time, and we will grab our violas. So you can grab it by the neck again. Alright, so now, as you could tell before, there are 4 strings
Yep.
on the viola, and they read from closest to you, which is the lowest pitch, to the closest to the ground, which is the highest pitch.
Okay.
So, the lowest pitch is C.
C.
Then, next lowest is G.
G.
Then it's D.
D.
And then it's A.
C. G. D. A.
Yep. C. Alright, so now let's go into playing position while we're sitting.
Okay.
So put your chin on the chin rest. Make sure it's in. Now I want you to use your right hand,
Okay.
and let's pluck 4 times on the A string, okay? I'll count you out. Count you off. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, let's move to the D string now. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, to the G string. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, and finally to the C string. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so from lowest to highest pitch, what are the names of the strings?
C. G. D. A.
Good. Alright, so now I'm going to play some short patterns. Pizzicato, that's what we're doing when
Okay.
we pluck with our fingers. It's called pizzicato. I will play something, and I want you to do your best to repeat it, okay?
Okay.
Good. Close. You want to do that one again?
Sure.
Alright, so A, D, A, G, C.
I don't know that one.
It's good. Alright, so now we will get to go to actually playing with the bow on the viola.
Okay.
Big step here. So, what we'll do is we'll grab our bow and make sure that we have a good bow hold.
Okay.
So make sure that our pinky is on top where the frog is, that we have our pointer finger out, that we have our thumb by the frog and the hero, and have our remaining 2 fingers on the frog. Alright, so now what we do with viola and any other strings, we do down and up bows. You want to make
Down
sure.
and up?
Yep, down, up, and make sure you're not just moving your arm. Make sure you really use your joints, use your elbow. Right, so down and up, down and up. Right, say it with me.
Down
and
up.
up.
Down and up.
All right. So let's go into playing position while we're sitting.
Okay.
Alright, and now let's do just one down bow on the A string. So let's start in the middle of our bow,
Okay.
okay, and just down, okay? Alright, let's do it once more, okay? Alright, and down. Make sure when you're doing down bow that you try to keep your bow in one place. You know,
Okay.
sometimes you might slip a little bit, and that makes it sound like fuzzy. So let's just try to go straight down. It's better. All right. So now let's do up bow. So you start closer to the tip,
Okay.
and then you just go up. do down and then up on the A string. Okay?
Sure.
1, 2, ready, go. I want you to pick another string to go down and up on.
Okay.
Whichever one.
Let's see. It's going from highest to lowest. It's A, D, G, C, or A, C, D, G. Or
it goes A, D, G, C.
Okay. Let's see. Let's try the D string.
Okay. Good down bow. So let's see. Let's say it when we do it, okay?
Sure.
Let's do it together. Right, so down and up. Alright, let's try down and up bow on the G string. So 1, 2, ready, go. Down. And up. Right, good. One more on the C.
Okay.
So, so now you know how to play down and up bow on all the open strings. So now the last thing that we're going to do today, last thing we're going to learn, is how to play the strings with our first finger down.
Okay.
So see, you have stickers on there.
Yep.
And that's where you're going to put your first finger. So when we have a C, we're going to put our first finger down, and it's going to make it higher.
Okay.
So whenever we put a finger down, it'll make the pitch go higher.
Okay.
So let's try that.
Let me get my grip. My hands are cramping up a little.
Shake out your hand a little bit if you need to.
Okay.
Alright. So let's try on the C string. Let's put our first finger down, our pointer finger down.
Okay.
And we'll do down and up bow again, okay?
On the C string?
On the C string.
Okay.
1, 2, ready, go. Up. Okay, let's try that again, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. What we'll do is we'll move to the G string then, okay?
Okay.
Keep your first finger down, just move to the G string.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, ready, go. And let's go up. Good. Now let's move to the D string. Put our first finger down.
Does it go over all 4 strings, or does it just go on the D string?
Just go on the D string.
Okay, because I had it on all 4. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
that makes more sense.
yes. So 1, 2, ready, go. And up. And finally, let's do that on the E string. So 1, 2, ready, go. Down. And up. gonna do, like I did on the pizzicato, I'm gonna play something for you. First, I'll just do something on the open strings, and then after we do those a few, then I'll do some on with the first finger down. So I'm gonna play a few notes, and then hopefully you can shadow me and replay it to me then, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so. Make sure that.
Are you playing open strings?
Yeah, make sure it's open strings, okay?
Okay.
So, we'll play it again. Good. Alright. One more. Good. You rocked with the bow, which is a good thing. You want to just rock with it. You don't want to be picking it up and doing it. So good. Close. So I started on the G string.
Oh, then you went to C.
Yep.
I think that was flat.
Let's do it once more, okay? Good. Now I'm going to play some stuff just with the first finger. So.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. So.
What were the pitches again?
So, I'll show you. First finger on D, then on A.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's close.
Wrong finger. I
Try it
switched
again.
fingers.
Keep your first finger down on the sticker where it's at. Okay.
Yep. And my thumbs I have to readjust.
Good. All right. So we're gonna wrap up our lesson now. You did a very good job, and you learned a lot
Thank you.
in your first lesson. So let's just go over some few things. So then for next week, when we have our lesson, you can hopefully remember and you can tell me again. So, what is this part of the bow?
The tip.
Good. And what animal is on our bow?
The frog.
Good. Now, what are these parts?
The main tuners.
Yeah. Or you can call them the pegs.
The pegs.
Yep. And what is this part?
The bridge.
Good. And can you play pizzicato on the A string? 4 pizzicatos on the A string for me, please.
Can you remind me what a pizzicato is?
So pizzicato is when you just play with your finger, okay?
Yep. Okay. You said on the A string?
Yes. And make sure you're doing good playing position. Good. Now I want you to play open A with your bow.
Open A with the bow? Sure.
For 4 counts. So, down, up, down, up. And last thing, I want you to put your first finger down on the A string and go down, up, up. Very good. So let's put our violas away now.
Sure.
So what I want you prepared for next lesson is I want you to go over by yourself or with your parents are the parts of the bow on the viola, and I want you to just keep on messing around with the down and up bow on the open string and with your first finger down.
Okay.
And then next week we'll learn more about note names, and we can also add our second finger to the string.
Sure.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.